Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
A15 PCA.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. So the long-awaited Star Trek Picard series premiered, and we didn't watch it right because it was available like really early in the morning. We didn't watch it till just right now, and I kind of didn't want to look at reviews, poking around people I trust, and they're like, oh, it's really good, it's really good. So I came in, and I don't know what they saw.
No.
I really didn't see what they saw. There's moments. There's some moments that made me smile from ear to freaking ear.
Especially at the very beginning.
At the very beginning, and then when he's talking about Data, I'm like, oh, because Data is he's my man. He's my favorite character. But there's a lot of stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just stuff that makes you go, So, if you had to give it a number, out of 10, 5 being average, 10 being, this is the second coming of Trek, it's like a 7.
6.5. 6.5 for me.
Nostalgia, it's a 7.5, but just straight up, just storytelling, it's like a 6. Because they use a lot of tropes that you've seen in tons of sci-fi things. Tons of sci-fi things.
And they're not doing it in an interesting way either. It's very formulaic.
Yeah, if you've seen Blade Runner, you kind of get a feeling of that. But anyways, okay. It opens up with music, and you're like, what's this song? Whatever. I'm like, oh, that's Data with
Blue Sky.
Yeah, Blue Skies.
It sounds like Picard singing, but I'm not sure.
But it's like someone's playing. And we see a lot of like nebulas and everything. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of these moments. You take all those out of this episode, it's like a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of fluff. And that's the only way I can explain it. It's beautiful to look at. But then we see the Enterprise, and damn, does it look good. Man, does it look good.
Yeah,
Man, I want to see this baby in action again. But it's zooming in, we see a poker game. And Trek, the poker game is Trek. And those were the small human moments that made Next Generation so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Because even in all these things about Borgs and all these like amazing things, you got a couple of guys sitting around a table and they're just having fun playing poker together. Yep. But it's Captain Picard and it's Data. And, and Brett Spiner still got it. He still has that kind of slow movement, and he turns his head. He has it, man. Even though we can tell he's definitely way older now, they did a good job of like him reprising Data the way he speaks.
And then the best part is Picard's all saying, well, I know when you're trying to bluff. You move your eye dilates a certain way to know that you're kind of bluffing something, but you're really not. Yeah,
you're making me think that you thinking that I have a tail. And then he's like, Picard. And he does that. I love that Data where he's thinking and he turns his head to the side. He's like, now I don't know what strategy to implement now because you're getting me to think that I know that you know that I know. But I love that. All that stuff in this episode is so good. Because it's what we want. But, he calls and he raises them and everything, and this is time for Picard to, show the cards. And he's like, he's pouring his tea, and he's like delaying.
Yeah.
And, Data's like, why are you stalling?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want the game to end. And then anyone, you watch Next Generation, you watch Trek and you love it. We don't want the game to end. We want these moments forever and all time.
Yeah.
But life moves on, and you got to make that move.
And he gives him 50, so he calls him a 50.
Yeah, he calls you, so he plays his cards out, and freaking Data has 5 queens. He's
which is weird. You're not supposed to have. There's only 4 queens. So
I like the fact that the Picard's like, you cheating bastard. But then we could say, this is all a dream, because then we see Mars. And I guess, we've seen from the trailer stuff, Mars attacks. Mars got attacked and got all like blown up. And he wakes up, he's in his bed in the Picard Chateau. He's in France, where his family's, because they made wine and stuff. So he's having these dream/nightmares.
Yeah. But
then we get this, we get to see his life now. Post, Starfleet, he just, looking over his vineyard and everything. And you're like, you can tell he's like a retired guy who still doesn't want to be retired. Yeah. And you can tell he wants to be making a difference, but he doesn't have it anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Then all that's great and wonderful. Then we see Boston. I never thought what would these places look like in Trek time, but it looks like a clean Blade Runner.
Yes, that's the problem.
It has the same aesthetics, like all the neon and everything. It's like, guys, you don't have to copy other things.
You can make it look sleek without being colorful like that.
Yeah, so we get to meet our we see her in the trailer. She's the one that comes later on in the episode. And she's there with her boyfriend, and she's talking about how she got into... the
Daystrom Institute.
Yeah, the basically she got accepted into this AI robotics
thing. Which is in Japan, yeah.
And this is another complaint. This is a small complaint, but this is just me. You watch just this scene, you wouldn't think this was Trek because they don't talk. They talk like how we talk now.
Besides his scaly skin and his eyes, you wouldn't know he was an alien.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, that's cool. Do people talk like that? And Trek, that we evolve like that would be like us talking like how people talked in the 20s. We move past certain things.
Yeah.
And it just seems like these people were plucked out of 2020 and put into this world.
I hate that. That's been the main problem with new Star Trek altogether.
Yeah, all the new Treks, everyone acts like humans do now.
Yeah.
But in the future, so we still have all our same problems and everything. We're supposed to have evolved past that.
That's the whole.
That was the whole vision
of
Trek. Is like humanity got to a point to where we got over all the stupid stuff, and then we can go to the stars. And so that's just my personal thing. So they're talking like 20-somethings in 2020, and the boyfriend, he's like, going over to the replicator, and he's all like, he's looking through some choices, and she doesn't have a lot of stuff in there. Then we get some dudes just transport into the room, and they straight up murder the boyfriend, knife in his chest.
Yeah, the guy gets a minute of screen time.
I didn't know. He's dead, and these guys are like some mercenary-looking dudes. Whoa, what's going on here? They put these little eyeball slash thingies on her eyes to, like, I don't know, scan her brain or something. Mm-hmm. And they're like, where's the rest of you? Where's the other one? And they're like yelling at her. She's like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Then they put a bag over her head, like, they're going to kidnap her and stuff. Then she goes full-blown Black Widow. Yeah. Like, sleeper agent, I have awoken my instincts, and then beats the hell out of all these guys. Yep. Again, more taking things from other sci-fi things.
And that's also funny, too. Why don't they use the bag that they use in Discovery? Remember that one? That
Pike had that weird little hexagonal thingy that wrapped around.
Yeah, it makes sense here. Not in that.
They literally use an old potato sack.
Yeah, backwards.
Completely I know, backwards. Right? This whole sleeper agent awoking my powers I never know I had. That's so cliche.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know. I always believe Trek set the trends, not copy the trends. And this is very taking a lot of things from a lot of other sci-fi. And there's nothing really wrong with that. But when it comes to Trek, I expect more.
Way more. So
she kills all these people, and I don't know how I did it. I mean, there's so many things have done that. And these bad guys have their blaster phaser things look just like Star-Lord's.
Yeah,
so like it has the top of the. It even looks a little bit like the Halo plasma rifle, the one that the Covenant used.
Yeah, I know.
See, stuff like that just irks me.
There's nothing unique about it.
She murdered these fools, like took them all out, but she doesn't know what to do. So she starts having like visions of Picard.
And it looks like Xavier.
Yeah, it was like, "Hello, Dosh. I am Charles Xavier." The way he kind of goes through the thing, I couldn't help but laugh because it's just like, okay, now she has visions of the guy. Like, come on.
And then they show the opening, and I hate to say it, that opening
took forever, and it was slow and too somber.
Yes.
For everything that Discovery does wrong, it has a solid opener. Yeah, it really does. I like the opener. Yeah. Are they going to play this opener every single time?
I hope not.
It's boring as hell.
Yeah.
One of the worst Trek openers ever. Might be the worst.
It's probably the worst. It's the worst.
It looks pretty, but just the song and the music, nothing speaks Trek.
Come on. And at the end, it speeds up a little bit. You think, it's going to kick up, and it doesn't do it. Yeah. It's like, come on.
And it just shows like Picard, and it says Trek Picard. So, okay. We get to Chateau, the Chateau Picard, and he's walking in his vineyards, and with his number one, his dog. His really cool pit bulls are awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool
And, he's just walking around doing his thing, and we get a lot of this like slow banter and slow walking French. Around talking. Yeah, and speaking French to his dog. Oh, don't tell me you know French. I know you do. And it's like, it's cute and it's funny. Mm-hmm. Let's get moving. Yeah, let's get moving. I guess he has 2 house people, keepers.
I'm assuming they're Vulcan?
Yeah, they're like helper people. And they're like making breakfast. I guess he's getting ready for like some interview. And this is the first interview he's given since leaving Starfleet. And this is another thing where it's like, I don't think this would happen in Trek, not on Earth. Because we're supposed to be past all this. And he's, one of the helper guys is like, well, I made sure to let the reporter know not to, ask certain questions, not to pry into why you left Starfleet.
And then what do you think she's going to do? She's going to be a 2020 reporter. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it'd be like, I'm going to get the dirt on him. I thought Trek was not to be like this.
No.
We've evolved past this, but I guess not. And I guess it wasn't what you thought it was. God.
I hate that.
So this is probably the worst part of the episode for me.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. But he's getting ready for the interview and everything, and, they give him all the things, and FNN, it's Federation News Network. The CNN, why make such a stupid like connection. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Why even have like a whole like na like it's a logo and everything?
Well, they do have news report, but it wouldn't be so snazzy.
The presentation wouldn't be like this.
No, it wouldn't.
But it has like an opener, and again, this is the smile from ear to ear. We're speaking with retired Admiral Jean-Luc Picard. He was a emissary of the people, the hero of the thing, showing all the old pictures, like the old crew. I'm like, I want that. I don't want anything else.
Yeah, I know, right?
But here, we're sitting down with a rare interview. Oh, thanks for speaking with me today. And they're kind of having their normal back and forth. And they start talking about, first they start talking about like the synthetics and everything that happened with Vulcans. I guess the sun blew up. So that's what basically caused like what? How many people died? It's like 9 billion. That was a lot, right?
No, with billions.
Yeah, because so they were finding out the sun was going to go supernova. So Starfleet sent was going to send a whole bunch of rescue vessels to relocate people, and this is where she starts getting a little combative,
for no reason,
a little racist.
Yeah,
like straight up racist.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, there was all these lives, like Romulan lives. And Picard's like, no, lives.
Where'd you want them to go? I mean, they were going to die. I mean, that's terrible.
Who is this lady? Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, I know, right?
do you know who you're talking to? It's in the way when she said Romulan lives, the way she said it, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. This interview is gonna become horrific. So she's saying that it didn't matter because their lives were Romulan.
This is our sworn enemy, yeah, but they were on the brink of extinction.
One of our oldest enemy. Well, I could argue there was Klingons. But what the hell?
Yeah.
We literally paused it, and I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
If this is how humans speak, especially to Jean-Luc Picard, the hero of freaking humanity, if it wasn't for him, we'd all be speaking Borg in the collective.
Exactly. Not only bad to him, but the fact that the Romulans on the brink of extinction, what you want them to
Didn't care.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This wasn't like they did something. Their sun was supernova.
Yeah.
It was like, this is an ecological disaster.
Yeah, and there's thousands of planets they could go to in the Federation. It wasn't like there was nowhere they can go.
I don't know if that's Romulans in my backyard. What kind of stupid racist parallel are they trying to make here?
Oh, yeah,
this is what I'm talking about.
This is what we're talking about, that parallel they try to do with Trump garbage.
Is it?
Right here.
Is it? Oh, like you didn't want to help those people in the other country. You can bring them here to America, but you don't want to because they're racist.
There's a big difference.
Whole planets.
Yeah.
Where they could go.
Yeah.
And there's space stations, all kinds of things the Romulans can do.
There's nowhere for them to go on their planet. They couldn't. The Romulus was devastated. What would you want them to do?
So she's being super combative with him. Then I guess what happened was they built a giant fleet that were going to go there and do it. Then on Mars, a bunch of synthetics, basically
hacked the code.
Somebody hacked them, or they were programmed to attack Mars, and they destroyed it.
Killed like 90,000 people.
And then she's kind of asserting, well, was it worth all those Federation lives to try to save those Vulcans? Was it worth it?
I mean, Romulans.
Romulans, excuse me, to save those Romulans. That's like the assertion she's making. What the F?
Of course. What are you talking about?
The Federation will always choose to save lives when it can.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this lady? Like, she tried to make some parallel, and then he's talking about, like, more like Dunkirk, which was, World War II, where you got to do what you got to do to help people. Even if it goes sideways, you try to do the right thing. Exactly. But she's almost kind of like...
It was ridiculous. This is probably the worst part of the episode.
It's so bad. So she's going in deep. Well, then after that, you retired from Starfleet. Why did you do that? And that was the exact thing the guy told him she wasn't going to ask him about. Yeah. So she's.
I thought we were talking about the supernova. We weren't talking.
Yeah, I talking about what happened with the Romulus and all this. And then she keeps digging deeper, digging deeper. Then, this is the the parallels thing. You like America, don't you? You like Europe. This is what they're really like. They're no longer Starfleet. This is when Picard kind of goes on a little rant. They turn their backs on their promise and they let those people die and they didn't care. And I couldn't stand by while they're doing that.
We're 900 million Romulans, yeah.
And you're telling me the Federation said, oopsie doopsie, we're not going to do it.
No, the Vulcans didn't do anything stand up. The Andorians, none of these are founding members wanted to save the Romulans. That's just hard to believe.
I can understand the Klingons being like, sorry, we ain't got no ships.
I wouldn't be surprised they weren't behind it. You wouldn't at that
That's
point.
what I was thinking. Like, did the freaking Klingons do this? Because if they thought there was a way for them to wipe out Romulus and it not be their fault, I can see the Klingon...
I can see after everything settled dust, I can see Klingons take over the territory. That's how much they would do.
Yeah, they'd move in all, we'll help you rebuild, wink, wink.
Yeah.
But... for the Federation, just to say, F it, we got all those ships blew up on Mars, F them, just leave them to their will.
That would never happen.
No.
They would do a secondary mission.
I don't know. I'm speechless. And it was just to say, "F you, America." Is that what this is? Is that?
Yeah,
is
I know
that?
that this yeah. That's why this is where they talk about.
And
that
that's when
crap.
if you've read reviews and interviews with Picard, this is a response to Brexit in America and Trump. Okay, you got us.
Federation wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
So he basically goes and tells the whole thing. They're not what they used to be, and this interview's over. Boom, walks out of the interview. And
Surprised his Helen didn't help him.
as soon as he started asking those questions, because his little friend guy told her that she would do that, I would have walked in that interview and be like, "You gave me your word you weren't going to go there, and you did. This interview's over." I would have walked out. But he let his supposed friend just flail in the water like that.
I know, that's horrible.
So we get to Blade Runner, and I mean, tell me this isn't a scene from Blade Runner. And it's that girl, she escaped, she's walking around, and then she sees Picard's interview, and she's thinking, oh, that's the guy I saw in my visions I saw. So she's like, I have to get to this man. Mm-hmm. Okay, whatever. Next day, Picard's kind of like just hanging out, and he's probably thinking, man, I probably shouldn't have blown up like that. But, the truth was about being honest.
Yeah.
And if anyone's going to say anything, at least I was an honest man. He's hanging out with his doggo, and then she shows up. And she's like, do you know me? And he's like, young woman, who are you? I don't know who you are. And she tries to oh, you must know who I am. And he's like, no, seriously, I don't know who you are.
Not at all.
So this lady just wanders onto her chateau. Does he have no security of any kind? Nothing? She could just walk up there to him?
It's kind of weird that he wouldn't have at least a cachet of Starfleet security protecting him.
Or something like she knocked on the gate and then it showed a video monitor. I need to speak to Jean-Luc Picard. And then there's no, he's not taking visitors or whatever. And then Jean-Luc sees her face. No, let me speak to her. And then she comes through the gate.
No,
she literally just walks up to him.
That would be funny. Just a little bit of that would have been so much better.
But let's show the vineyard for another 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of that fluff. So she just walks up to him because you can do that now. And she starts talking crazy because the Picard's like, my God, you're sounding like a nut bar. Because she's like, my boyfriend's dead. They killed him. And he's like, whoa, honey, what's going on?
That's not my problem.
And then I killed them all. And then she's going like in hysterics. But, Jean-Luc's a caring, kind man. And he's like, come here and tell me what's going on, what's happening. And she's like, I saw you. I know you. Then something told me to be here. I can feel it in my body. It's like a bolt of lightning.
What a stupid analogy.
It's a dumb analogy. And I feel safe here with you. I know I'm supposed to be here with you. It's like, okay, because she had a cut on her head and everything's okay. Well, we'll talk. Come here, bro. I'll take you into my home. And, they're fixing up her cut. And it's, like the little laser stitch.
Yeah, the dermal regenerator.
I love it. It's cool.
Yeah.
So they're sitting down and talking, and there's a lot of this. It just feels like there's a lot of the fluff to kind of explain things. She has this necklace has a double circle, and then Picard's like, well, that's an interesting necklace, and it's really not. There's nothing really special about it.
Well, we go watch. It's gonna be
it's gonna mean something, and of course it does. Because again, how many sci-fi fantasy things where someone has a ring or a necklace or some type of gem that's connected to a family member?
That's even an RPG element too.
Yeah, I know.
So dumb.
Again, Trek, stop taking things from make up your own stuff. But they keep talking, and then she's trying to explain, I know it sounds crazy everything I'm saying, but it must be right. And then Picard he does the classic, I believe that you need to be here. I don't think you're crazy, but you honestly feel it deep down inside that you need to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, turn you away or whatever. You can stay here. We'll speak more in the morning. You look like you need some rest. So she leaves the necklace there, and Picard holds on to it. She goes to bed. And this is the part where I'm starting to think what is she? And I started thinking, well, since she's a sleeper agent, is she someone that was sent to kill Picard? I was thinking all these things in my mind.
What's going on?
But of course that wasn't the case. But I was thinking a lot of different little things. We get to the next morning, and I guess he starts his mornings the same way every time. He wakes up, comes through his window, and opens it up. But we see Commander Data out there painting. And that's another classic Data thing. Anytime I see Data, I have a smile on my face.
Yeah.
And he's out there, and he's painting stuff, and he's like, oh, Captain, do you want to finish it? And he's like, I don't know how. He's like, yeah, you do. So this is what's this whole prophetic dreams? What is this all? It's just it's almost, Trek kind of flirted with religious stuff, getting visions, and especially Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Is this that? How could he be having these dreams? Unless it was something from a greater power.
Maybe.
Or some type of weird subconscious.
It makes sense for her, but not for him.
Yeah.
This.
And then he sees his painting, and then he starts thinking, oh no, he looks up and he sees that painting on his wall, and he's thinking, what the hell? How's this happening? And he's getting ready to go somewhere. I'm like, okay, it goes to Starfleet. We see the San Francisco Bridge. Of course, it has solar panels on it. But Would that even be a thing? Couldn't they collect energy from space and you just send it down?
We probably have antimatter energy at that point.
Yeah, why would they even have solar panels?
We're beyond that. Way beyond that.
It's just again, it looks cool, but it
doesn't fit
beyond that. No. So I guess these are the official quantum archives. How much data is stored here?
Oh,
hundreds of billions of terabytes of information.
Oh, it's got to be trillions, zillions, probably. So
because
much.
I'm assuming just one of these little blocks has like 100 billion trillion.
But one of those blocks would probably have all the information we've ever had in our history.
And there's literally tens of thousands of them.
Oh yeah.
So he's walking down the thing, and I guess it's like an AI, and he's talking with her, and it's like trying to tell jokes and stuff. And then he's like, "What the heck?" He's like, "Well, we're trying to be more friendly, like for other people." And he's like,
"Yeah, don't quit your day job." And it's a hologram.
He goes into his own personal archive, and I want a room like this in my house. It has you see some ships, and you see a bath lift. I'm like, oh,
Picard Day.
The Picard Day banner. What a wonderful episode! Wasn't that a great episode?
Love that episode.
This is when I start smiling again, and I start feeling like.
But again, it's all because of nostalgia, not because of what the episode's doing particularly.
He calls for one of the items, and it has the coolest wrapping paper of all time.
I want this wrapping paper.
It self folds itself. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Opens it up, and it's basically the sister painting of that painting. Mm-hmm. And it's that girl. Full blown, it's her.
Yeah.
And this was painted by Data, so how did Data know who this girl would be 30 years after the fact? Weird. So this girl has a connection to Data. Then I started thinking, is she from the future? Is it Data's daughter? And I started thinking all these kinds of ideas, because why in the world would he have something to do with this?
And then he asked the lady, so what's the, then she asked the question about when it was painted, and then I asked, what's the name of the painting?
Yeah, and it's a Deborah, what was her name? Something with the D.
But it means daughter.
Yeah, so daughter, I'm like, oh.
That's a pretty good way to end the episode.
It should have ended right there. I mean, ooh. But it's like a double episode. I'm thinking the first episode is 2 episodes in one. Because that is a distinct break.
Yeah, it is.
And then it just kind of goes into the next part. And then he even asked if there was anyone who went in here. No one accessed this. So Data somehow knew that this girl would be made or born or whatever. And we get, we're in Paris, and this is Blade Runner. This isn't Trek. She's running down the alleys, and there's kind of graffiti.
There wouldn't be graffiti at this time
and it's
anymore.
A dark, kind of scary alley.
They wouldn't have that anymore. This is Earth in the 24th century. They wouldn't have this anymore. That's so stupid.
So she calls her mom. Oh my God, Mom, my boyfriend's dead. People are trying to kill me. She's like, oh honey, calm down. You need to find somewhere safe. Oh, I tried to, but I don't want him to get attacked, and that's why I ran away. And the mom's like, you need to go back to the Picard. He'll protect you. And she's like, wait a second, I never told you where I went.
And that's what I said too. I didn't tell you about Picard.
And then she tries to play it off. Well, of course you did, honey. How would I know? And then she's like, you need to think about Picard, and then you can find him. And then the signal ends, and then she does this whole hack the planet thing, and then she does this super fast, not how Data would do calculations.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh, she has to be an android.
Oh, no.
Or one of those quote unquote synthetics.
Yeah.
And she's completely super hacking this thing, so she's not human.
No.
Or it doesn't have a human brain. I think, does she have a positronic brain? Or is it a full organic 100%?
It might be the ultimate evolution of Data.
What Data wanted to become.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. But so she gets into the information to track where Picard is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that is some high level. That's Section 31 stuff.
Oh yeah.
To break in to find Jean-Luc Picard where he's at.
Yeah.
So she finds him and she gets to him. They never show how she gets anywhere. I guess
transporters.
But I'm thinking they don't even show it. But remember, if you miss the bus to school, you'll be late.
Yeah, but she can get halfway to the planet in seconds.
I know, it's stupid, right? So
she's in San Francisco. This is Starfleet headquarters, by the way. This whole scene.
Yeah, or adjacent. It's there.
Yeah,
it's on the campus.
Yeah.
She finds Jean-Luc and he's like, "Oh my God, you left. I didn't know where you were. I was worried about you." And he's like, "Oh, come on. Okay, I have to talk to you. I need to ask you some questions." They sit down, and he starts talking about this painting, and then saying it's you. And then this is where I got to the point where she's like, "Why are you telling me this?" She didn't say it quite like that, but that's how I took it. You went to his house.
Yes.
And explained all this crazy stuff about killing people and feeling things like lightning, and you're going to not believe him, but you wanted him to believe your crazy-ass story?
Yeah, and you're going to be dismissive about it? When I say, oh, what do you got to tell me? I need to know. Especially when you need answers. Why would you say that?
And she's almost like, ugh.
It's almost like, what, because he's mansplaining? Is that what we're trying to get at here?
But he goes on to explain about how, excuse me, how Commander Data was an android. And she's like, oh, like the ones that blew up Mars? He's like, no. Commander Data was a decorated officer. And I, basically, like, this is the part that makes me so I love Data, and how he was courageous and he was brave and he sacrificed his life for me. And Data's the man. I love him so much. Yeah. You know what? Then he's talking about the painting and he's talking about her. And he's like, then he's trying to kind of saying you're synthetic. Like letting you know, she's like, no. I was born in Seattle. My dad named me this, and she's making all these memories. And then Picard doesn't quite say it, but he's saying those are fake memories.
They're good
they're
memories.
Yours.
Yeah, they're yours.
And you'll have them forever. But he's like, you weren't born. You were created again. Is this Blade Runner?
But yeah, exactly. But he's saying the most Picard way. But this is a Blade Runner scene. It totally is.
Yeah, this is the where they had the whole thing, the same synthetics, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, replicants.
Yeah, the replicants. Again, that literally are exactly the same thing. They are 100% organic, but they're created, not born, and they're being treated like crap. And that was the whole thing. There was a ban on synthetic after the attack. No more synthetics.
Which is insane.
Whatever. Then she kind of doesn't believe, but you need to believe me. Just kind of like how I believed you need to believe me. And then he's trying to and she's kind of coming along. She's kind of thinking oh my God, he's probably right. But then she's like, oh, they're here to attack us. They're going to get us.
Yeah.
Starfleet headquarters. They're going to do a hit job on Jean-Luc Picard. And on the campus.
And they start transporting. Within the second of transporting an unauthorized one, there would be alarms everywhere.
And phasers going off.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because when she says that, there's no more people. This is an effing campus. And there's no one there. Yeah.
And the other thing, at one part I thought was kind of funny in the scenes before they're going up the stairs. Patrick Stewart probably was really that tired when he got up the stairs.
He's like, hold on, I got this, and he wished to go up, we have to go. And I bet you he probably took a 40-minute break, and then, okay, continue filming, and he's on top,
I know, right?
And someone carried him up there. That was the most, that was Patrick Stewart. That was Jean-Luc Picard. He's like, So yeah, they teleport on there, and then they start their little laser battle. And of course, they can't hit anything because it's a sci-fi show. And then, just this action scene, it's cool. It's not Trek. This should be in Battle Angel. This should be in Star Wars. This should be in a lot of other things.
Yeah, I got a Alita vibe there too.
Yeah, because she's a younger girl, and this girl's very young looking.
I'm pretty sure the real actress is 23, 24, but she looks like she's 18, 19.
But just like Alita, she goes in there and beats the hell out of everyone because she's basically a souped up Data. Yep. Super Data. Yep. And, we're talking that she's cracking helmets, she's busting dudes, she suplexes a dude.
And it's weird, and then eventually one of the helmets find out, and you find out it's a Romulan.
Why would Romulans be attacking Picard when he was the one who tried to save you? You know what I'm saying? There must be some type of weird separatist thing.
Must be what they wanted the Romulans to die? I don't understand why you would be attacking a synthetic. It's so weird.
So she continues to beat the hell out of all these guys, and, the helmets are getting cracked open. Then she slams one on his head, and then we see the green blood and everything. Okay, that's Romulan. But his spit is acidic.
I don't remember Romulan's one would do that. I'm not. I know Star Trek a lot. I never remember Romulan's blood being like that.
Yeah, what are these, xenomorphs?
Yeah.
So he spits the acid all over, and it's burning her skin. Oh, jeez. Yeah. And it the phaser gets overloaded and it blows up. And we're talking, this is an explosion that sends Picard flying 50 feet.
He's about 200 feet back.
Here's the thing. It's sci-fi, but guys, just so you know, if you were this close to any explosion, the concussion would kill you. All your innards would be liquefied. Yeah. You don't have to be most people when they die from from bombings and stuff, it's not from the fire of the explosion, it's the concussive blast that kills you.
So how far do you have to be?
You have to be pretty explosion this big. At his age, he would have been dead. His eardrums would have been blown out. We might even have detached retina. You would have his heart and lungs.
And the whole time, no Starfleet security.
Yeah, nothing. This giant explosion, nothing.
You would hear that there'd be cops in our time by now. After that explosion, you'd have people up there.
They should have showed the cops and they're eating donuts and they don't care. They should have done that too.
I know, right?
So this girl's dead. I'm like, what the hell was this whole thing? I thought she was supposed to be an important
character and she's gone now.
She's totally dead. And I thought, oh no, she's not dead. She got away. That still might be the case. But as far as we know, she's dead. Then we kind of get more flashback stuff of him remembering her, and then Picard's back at home. And Starfleet didn't question him and say, hey, what the hell happened on the roof of one of our campuses? No, they just let him go home.
What? That would never happen.
Okay, whatever.
If you were part of an explosion, even now, the police want to talk to you. Hey, what's going on? What happened?
There should have been a scene where they're talking to him, and then you get some type of high-up admiral being like, hey, this is Jean-Luc Picard. Let him go home and rest, and he'll come in and answer questions later.
Nothing.
Let's show the vineyards for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
So he's sleeping on his bed. He's like, oh no, I failed her. She died. And like, what do you mean she's dead? Like, we were attacked and there was an explosion, but like, the police didn't say there was any attack. You had to say that you were all alone. So they talked about how like, oh, they must have built-in cloaking devices. I'm like, what? What a stupid way to explain what happened. No. Maybe you shouldn't have a battle at freaking Starfleet, campus.
That's insane. When they say somehow they must have hacked the system and they made it where like they couldn't find, but even that explosion, you would hear it.
Unless the Federation's in on it.
Why would they?
Maybe there's a rogue cell within the Federation that wants these things to happen.
That's so weird.
It's a way to get rid of one of our enemies. I don't know. See,
but she's just a girl. She had no, unless there was.
They
she's
know
a
that
sleeper cell.
Maybe, she's a synthetic. Maybe they want to kill all synthetics. They don't care how they do it.
Yeah.
So he's super sad that happened, but he's trying to figure out. Okay, this, it must be Data's. Something of Data must have been in her. So he goes to that institute.
That Daystrom Institute.
And he shows up, and then we get to meet that Dr. Blonde lady, and she's. What did you think of her?
Oh, she was okay.
She's okay.
The thing I'll say about it, I've always so funny, like. I've always wanted to know what the Daystrom Institute look like. Now I do.
Yeah, they kind of like this cool little mini Coruscant that's floating up.
I love that.
It's cool. I like it.
Now Japan, that's cool.
It's super cool looking. She's no Beverly Crusher.
No.
She's no. She's
pleasant.
She's nice. Yeah. She's nice. Picard goes up to her. She's like, oh my God, Admiral Picard, it's such to come speak with you.
Why can't everyone act like that with him in this episode?
I know, everyone should be on their hands and knees, and he literally saved humanity. Yeah. I cannot stress this enough.
Just give him half the praise you give Michael Burnham. That'll be fine.
So she's like, oh, what do you want to know? It's like, is it possible to make a perfect synthetic that is 100% human on the outside, but still be a synthetic?
She starts laughing.
She's like, what the okay. She's like, no, for real. She's like, no, I need to know. She's like, okay, let me show you. They show the where they're doing all their AI research, but since after, I guess it got banned to make any type of
they can't make any practical, it's all theoretical. Like, they make papers, they write papers.
Write papers and do simulations.
Yeah.
So this place has like 10 people working there.
Yeah.
When there used to be like hundreds. And she's like, man, we were so close, after Data died, and we were literally on the cusp of making more of him, but everything we did, nothing was like Data. We couldn't really recreate him.
Well, that's son doing that.
Yeah, I know. And again, I was like, yeah, because Data's my boy. You can't make him. It's only was one and done, son. And so he's like, they go and they see B4. And then they talk about B4 because remember, that's what happened. And they kind of explain him away. Yeah. Oh, he tried to download his memory, but it just wasn't the same. It didn't match up. No. Most of the memories were lost.
And B4 is different because he's different. Yeah. He is a different person.
And that's what I love about Trek is like, even though Data was a synthetic being that was created, he was a unique living species.
Yes.
Remember that episode with the trial? And because they wanted to take him as like Starfleet property?
That's a good episode.
Such a good episode. But he is a person. Yeah. I don't care if he was created or whatever. He has an identity. He has self-awareness, and he can make his own decisions. He's alive.
You have a conscience? He already meets 2 of the 3 criteria. About the third one, Doctor, and he's like,
I love that. Oh my God, we should watch that episode again.
So good.
But they're saying, but we couldn't make that connection with B4. It just wasn't because it didn't match. It couldn't fit, even though technically, scientifically, mechanically, it should match.
No, the thing is, it's exactly the same, but it doesn't matter though because it's not the same. It's so weird. Everything can be exactly the same, but it can't be
because Data had his unique soul.
Yeah,
he was a living thing. I don't care what anyone says. Data went to heaven.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like the same thing. Like you remember when Bashir and he's been talking about the human brain. You can't exactly duplicate even in their time because the brain's unique.
Yeah,
each brain's unique. You can't replicate it fully.
But they start talking about, but what if? And then I guess there was another doctor that got really close.
Yeah.
But then that's when all the stuff went down, and once they basically banned synthetics, he just took off.
Yeah. And this is the scene where it kind of goes sideways a little bit with the necklace.
He shows her the necklace. Oh, I wish you wouldn't have showed me that. It's what the hell did that?
I wish I was my day off today. So weird.
Stupid dialogue that this shouldn't be in Trek. I guess that doctor guy, that's a symbol for this binary neuron net copier thingy.
This looks like 2 rings to me, but okay.
Yeah, it just looks like 2 circles. But I guess this is the wonky science that I don't believe in this science. They've done it in Black Mirror. They've done it. It's in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, if you ever seen what was it? The
Callister.
Callister, yeah.
And then it even goes back to Assassin's Creed. Your DNA has all your memories in it. So even if you have any part of his neural net, any of the protons, any of it, it will have all of it.
That's stupid.
I don't believe in that.
First, you explained that beautiful scene with B4 and how it didn't work, but then you do this.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You ruined all that with this.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Oh, so as long as you have any piece of Commander Data, you can recreate all of his memories and everything.
That's dumb.
It just so
it might be a way to bring him back, which is cool, but it's still dumb.
It's the whole thing like, oh, you have all the memories of your ancestors in your DNA. I don't buy that.
No.
So that's what the student's thinking. Oh wow, where's this doctor? We gotta find him. Oh, he disappeared. He took off, and he's like, the reason why it's too simple is because these things are made in pairs.
So there's another one.
So that girl who died has a sister.
Yes.
I guess is that a callback to Data and Lore? Is that the callback?
God, that makes sense though.
I buy it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I wish it would have just been like, oh, there's a sister. And not do that whole like, oh, her memories are built in her DNA. Oh, shut the hell up. I hate that because it's such an easy way to explain everything.
It's too wonky.
It's too simple.
Yeah. Then
we see Romulan ships. Yeah, finally we get to see some ships. Yeah. It's flying into what I thought. I'm like, oh, it's just like it said Romulan reclamation site. So I guess
they're probably living like nomads.
So we see this other guy with the beard and looks suspiciously like Spock in Discovery.
He does.
And it's like a dirty, messy beard.
What's it with the dirty, messy beards in these shows?
We're millennials.
Shave that.
Can we get Sky Razor? Get Sky Razor.
You can have a beard, but be clean about it. You don't have to be scruffy. Ever since House, I didn't like
that you have like all that rough and scruff, and his teeth are all jacked up. Bro, get your teeth fixed.
Yeah, they have like titanium teeth stuff.
You just get it fixed like instantly. Yeah. But he has like, I guess he's like British or whatever, so he has like bad teeth, whatever. So I guess the actor didn't want to ever fix his teeth. We see her sister, and she's on. I guess she's helping the Romulans, but she's obviously human.
Yeah.
So she's on this reclamation site, helping her build the thing, and this guy's like, talking to her. I don't. Is this her first day here?
I don't know.
Because the way he's talking to her is like she's like brand new, and he's totally flirting with her like hardcore. And again, that's another. I don't know. I don't like it. And he's talking to her about everything. He's like, oh, that's a beautiful necklace. Oh, my dad gave it to me for me and my sister. And so she knew she had a sister, but did the other sister know she had a sister? She thinks she would have mentioned, I have a twin sister. Looks just like
maybe
me.
She knows more than she does.
Yeah. I'm assuming.
I'm assuming, yeah.
But then he starts doing the whole like sad story. And then, like, instead of looking at her where he talks to her, he, like, turns and stares at her.
Okay, look at her, cameraman. What are you doing?
Over here.
Look at the camera. What are you doing?
It's super weird. I don't like, when I'm talking to someone, I want to talk to them, not to the wall next to them. But I guess he's trying to be, like, sap sorrow. Oh, this is a bad story. Oh, I guess after a long day of work, the last thing you want to hear is my stories. And he's like, maybe I do. She's all about this guy. And even in the preview, we see that they slept together. So the camera starts to zoom out. I'm like, this is very squarish.
Yeah.
This is a lot of straight lines in this building. Pulls out. Romulans are building a cube?
Or it's a Borg cube that might have been hurt by the supernova. Who knows?
And they found parts of it. But are they going to do the whole collective thing? I don't think the Borg's going to be down with this. If this thing goes online and the collective network senses it, it's going to want to come.
Remember, out at the end of Voyager, the hub and one of the main hubs were destroyed with the Queen, so maybe they're kind of
outside of like basically under the radar.
Yeah, radar, because now they're kind of have to lower the scope, and rebuild again.
Because even one cube is pretty effing powerful. Yeah. So what are they going to do? Go to Federation? Is this a revenge thing? They're going to.
But again, you can't blame the Federation. Picard tried to save you, so what did you want him to do?
Do you think someone did something to their sun to make it go supernova? Do you think the Klingons did something? Do you think the Klingons sabotaged the Mars mission?
Well, I remember in the movie, in the J.J. Abrams movie, wasn't that one drop
that red matter thing?
Yeah,
but that was Vulcan. Remember Vulcan?
Oh yeah. He did that to the Vulcans. You're right.
So was it something similar? Like it was an act of. Like
That's what I'm trying to make a parallel. Yeah.
Was it an act of war, or was it just literally a natural disaster?
Because it makes sense the Klingons were doing that, but why are you attacking the Federation then?
I know Cardassia and all stuff like that are kind of rebuilding, but by this time, so like there's a lot of other races and no one stepped up to the plate. I can't believe that.
I can't believe Cardassia's not part of the Federation at this point.
I know, right?
They have to rebuild.
There was no Bajoran ships. There was no Cardassian. No one cared.
I doubt that.
That's what pisses me off because that's not Trek. Oh, our resources are so thin. We're going to let billions of people die.
Especially when they had nowhere to go. Literally. Their planet was dying. What did you want them to do?
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh no, they lost a country. No, they're going to lose their solar system.
Yeah.
They're going to lose the whole freaking multiple planets.
Exactly.
So it ends with this Romulan cube. So, there's some good.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of stuff where I felt that it was borrowing from a lot of other sci-fi. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, 6.5. Nostalgia goggles, 7.5.
Yeah, if you take out those nostalgia moments, it really does hurt it. It does a little
and
bit.
then, again, I don't want to say like talking about the preview, but there's a preview for the next episode. I gotta get a crew together. What's this, Firefly?
Not only that, why wouldn't Starfleet not help him? This is Captain Picard.
I know they show Riker. Oh my god, that trailer with Riker is so good.
Yeah.
But it's like, Jean-Luc, oh, I know, but can't go with you, bro. Like, he just doesn't... Are you kidding me?
Of course he'd go with him. Are you kidding? That's so dumb. It is dumb.
Yeah. So, Worf right now is High Council, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna do something for his boy?
Exactly.
My god, he's like his shield brother. He's got
It'd be cool if they're being attacked with like 3 Romulan ships. All of a sudden you see 2 birds of prey and Worf's on one of them. How cool would that be?
And then you can hear Worf saying, "Oh, there was they interfered in the thing," and then like, yeah, all ships destroyed. And he gives like Picard the wink, like, "Hey, get the hell out of here." There needs to be something like that. I don't think Michael Dorn has anything to do with this series, which is so sad.
And he wants to.
Oh, God.
He's begs. He goes to Paramount all the time wanting to do Star Trek.
And they show the ship that he ends up getting. It's like a fucking freighter. It's so stupid looking. But that will be for next week. Yeah.
There's a lot of minds around that Romulan Borg cube.
Yeah, well, because this is like their secret weapon. But they find out they're making something like this, and I'm pretty sure Borg technology is like off limits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not only that. What if a transmitter gets activated and it tells the main collective? That's what can happen.
Here's the thing: they make all these synthetics. They make all these things to be on this ship or whatever to help them out. What if the Borgs get a hold of some of those synthetics and it like upgrades them? Yeah. And you just basically doomed the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah, because they can hide.
They've like built. Oh my Jesus! I can see a lot of them just go to really cool areas. I don't know how much the Borg is going to have to do with this, but
I didn't know if maybe the Borgs even help him. They don't even realize it.
Yeah, maybe there is some. Maybe the Borg's getting smart and they already have sleeper cells.
See,
in there.
This is why you need 7 to 9 definitely on this mission. Hopefully she is, because she needs to be.
I think she's just in an episode.
That sucks.
And it's going to be that new crew, Dr. Dum Dum and Captain of the Stromo. Like, they don't look like Trek people. Anyways, I'm going to end the review here. I have no idea how long we went. It's probably like an hour. 40 minutes, but that's what we do. That's how we review. That's why people come to watch.
I mean, again, is it better Discovery? Yes, but I expected more though.
Yeah, an okay first step. You didn't come running out of the gates. You're kind of doing a light walk.
Yeah,
you're not even jogging yet. You're just walking, but you're moving forward, I guess. That's
exactly.
Good.
Yep.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.